Alright, what is up guys? Losomaniac here, and welcome to my review of Fallout 76. This isn't my official review, and I'll go over a couple reasons why in a moment, but actually I'll go over that right now. So first of all, the reason why it's not my official review is because I suck at survival games, so I haven't really done a whole lot in the game, but I feel so story-wise I won't be able to go over that because the only part I've gone to was the Firewatch training course. I forgot what that is, but it's like some Snallygasters, I think those are called, and I'm a massive pussy, so those things scare the shit out of me. So and number two is that my Wi-Fi router, which I can't have no control over. I don't live here technically. I don't buy everything here. This ain't my apartment. I'm just living in it. The Wi-Fi, my Wi-Fi router is absolutely shit. So that means I barely have any time to do that. But even then, there were a few things I struggle with, which I'll talk about in a moment. So yeah, if some of you guys are hoping for some stuff to be talked about in this video, I'm absolutely sorry. That's not gonna happen. Or who knows? Sorry, let me scoot this up a bit. So it looks like I'm being it just looks like I'm like 10% of the screen. I want to be part of most of it, but I don't want you guys to see my legs. That's just weird. No one should see another person's legs. Anyway, so I want to start off with I can't think of any positive things at the moment because I don't know. I will say, okay, the one good thing is the Wastelanders update thing. That's actually pretty good because I do love conversation in video games. It's one of the things that drives story, and I'm not a big story guy, as with the exception of Horizon Zero Dawn, but that's a different video I talked about already. So yeah, that's about it. Now let me just get on with the actual video. So first things first, what the fuck is up with the special stats? This is the way to decide how special stats work. You just go through, and then you pick up cards, and then that's what you're stuck with. Well, you don't have to go back to that, but you go to like level 50. I think you go to level 52, but until your special stats just stop, and you can't add any more to your special stats, which is weird. But I'm not sure about that one. It's mostly just because of the fact that I find it weird because whenever I first started it, I was like, okay, so where do the special stats come in? Cause that's one of the things you usually do at the start. So you're leaving a vault, and then you pick up the cards, and you're like, this is the special stats. This is how special stats is determined, and you're forced to pick one or the other. But the problem is you cannot see what cards you have on your character, because maybe you want to upgrade a certain one, but you can't, considering the fact that you're going on for sheer luck, or you have to be able to memorize what your cards are, which in my case I barely remember them at the top of my head, right? My own cards at the top of my head right now, and I just got off of it a couple minutes ago. So, well, I was kicked off. Same thing. Another thing, why level 5 is PvP on? If you ask me, it needs to be level 10. And here's why. Because you're barely ready at level 5. You should be more prepared by level 10. Now keep in mind, I'm buttfuck prepared. I still have a combat knife with me because I don't prepare for shit. I just go in open or like blindly and then just hope for the best. You know, that's how I am. It's not a good thing to live by, but it's something I do. Yeah. And I don't like the fact that you cannot sell ammunition. At least the places I've been to, which is Sutton and Morgantown Airport, or the railways, there's no way to sell your ammunition. You can't do that. I don't like that because for some of you guys who don't play 76, ammunition has weight. It's weighted. Every fucking thing is weighted. Plus, there's also like new sort of ammunition like .50 caliber ball or whatever. It's fucking weird, but it's I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I do like the game. It's better than 3 in my opinion because I fucking hate 3. Don't ask. I don't know. I don't like Fallout 3. But the problem with this is it's a survival game. And I'm not good with survival mode. I have to rely on other people's builds to get by because I'm terrible at this stuff. Which is fine, you know. I mean, that's why they're out there, is for people to use. But if you were to ask me like, oh, what build are you doing, or what direction are you going your character or whatnot, just be like, this direction. And then they start questioning you like, well, I don't know. It's weird. Speaking of which, I don't like the fact that the only way to get that the best way to like improve experience is through charisma cards. So basically, like in Fallout 4, you got more experience depending on if you have low intelligence and Idiot Savant, even though that's a chance, or if you have high intelligence. Then the higher the intelligence, the more XP you got. And I don't like that they took it out. From what I understand, they took it out. I could be wrong, but to my knowledge, they took it out, and I don't like that. Because I really enjoyed whenever it came to. Now, keep in mind, I did get 76 before Fallout 4. In fact, I got it for Christmas, even though my sister confused my wanting a Fallout 4 for Fallout 76, which I'm glad she did anyways, because I really enjoy the game. It's so much fun, but there's a lot of stuff that pisses me off about it. Secondly, I don't like the fact that scorches are fucking everywhere. They are literally everywhere. You're trying to save up ammunition, but then some scorched, or like a band of scorched motherfuckers comes out of nowhere and fucks you up. It's stupid. I don't get it. Another thing is the Atomic Shop. I don't like the Atomic Store shop, whatever. It's just, granted, you don't necessarily have to, but there is some good shit you can get based off the Atomic Shop. Another thing is, I barely come across power armor. I barely come across people in power armor. I haven't come across. I don't think I've ever came to a house of someone and saw like even a 40 point or a 45 or T45 power armor. I swear, T45 is the common power armor there. I haven't even seen any. Another thing, I love the handmade rifle. It's maybe one of my favorite weapons in the Fallout franchise. Maybe tied for second with, or maybe tied with the All-American from Fallout New Vegas or whatever, because I don't know. I love marksman carbines or whatnot, so, well, in video games, I don't know much about guns in real life. So, and the fact that the handmade rifle is fucking rare, first of all, but two, I haven't even seen plans for it, anyone with it, or yet alone, well, okay, I wouldn't say ammunition for it because it's 5.56, not 7.62 millimeter ammunition like it was in New Vegas or Fallout 4. But it just seems a bit weird to me. Which leads on to the next thing. I don't like the fact that ammunition is scarce as fuck. The amount of times I've crafted ammunition and then just wasted it all is stupid. Because some of you guys who may not know this, the only way you can find ammunition is in like duffel bags and ammo crates. That's it. Same thing with caps. You find caps in cap stashes, and if you find them in other places other than cap stashes, they're usually one or two. So that pisses me off. And yes, I could use perks for that. But the fact that I barely come across cap stashes or ammunition stat. First of all, I do already have Scrounger. So, and Scrounger makes it to where you find more ammunition in ammo crates. So that is good there. But it's also considered of the fact that even though I barely come across cap stashes, I could easily get the card that makes it to where there's like an audio clue, and the louder it gets, that's where the closer you are to a cap stash. But again, that's wasting perk cards on something that shouldn't be involved in the first place. Yes, it is to limit. It is to not make it overpowered, or doesn't make people at an advantage over others. But still, like, they're gonna end up dealing with the same problems in their future, and to me, I want to have fun, and the way to have fun is if I'm able to walk around killing animals or defending myself or other players without having to worry about ammunition or whatnot. But still, here we are dealing with ammunition problems. That was my one. I don't know if I had a critique about this in Fallout 4 because I reviewed it like a long time ago. I think almost a year ago. Well, close to a year. Because I got the PlayStation 4 during Christmas, so it was almost a year. Personally, I just don't like the fact that but my criticism of Fallout 4 was that even if it wasn't on video, was that ammunition is scarce. The only way you can get it is through merchants. Now there are a few well-known merchants in Fallout 4 for ammunition. Arturo in Diamond City, Myrna in Diamond City, although not as much as Arturo. Cleo in Good Neighbor, and Daisy in Good Neighbor, but again, not as much as Cleo. There's Deb in Bunker Hill. There's Eleanor, which is, I think, southwest of Fairline Hill Estates, which is a good place to go. But here, you're only limited to, again, merchants, ammunition boxes, or like those little ammunition markets that you find outside of places like the Wayward or the Sutton Railroad or Morgantown Railroad or whatever. But again, those aren't that much. You would think ammunition stores have like a lot of ammunition, and they do, but it's not in an abundance, and they're very fucking expensive. Even with me, I have like max hard bargain, and that's still not enough. Granted, my charisma isn't that high, so that may be a problem. But still, personally, I just find it fucking ridiculous how limited this game. It has so much potential, and the fact that Fallout is multiplayer now is awesome. I'm a bit late to the Fallout party with Fallout 76, but I can't wait for the next Fallout if it's going to be on PS4. If not, I don't want to get an Xbox because I feel comfortable with the PlayStation controllers. I'm not one of those people where it's like PlayStation's better than Xbox. No, I'm not one of those. Because you can believe whatever the fuck you want. But my problem is that so you find a good market area, and then like modifications for weapons, the only way you get it is through scrapping weapons. Like, what the hell? And even then, it's a complete random option. It's a complete random chance. For example, one of my favorite Fallout 4 characters is a stealth melee character. I fucking love that character. That is my favorite playstyle. I highly recommend anyone use. If you are new to Fallout 4, I highly recommend you use a stealth melee character. So I wanted to do that. I want to transfer that over to Fallout 76. Granted, I did use someone else's build for that, but I figured, I played this character enough times, maybe I can figure something out. Which luckily I did manage it, but or I did find a way to, but there was a certain problem which I'll talk about. Combat the main weapon for this character was going to be a stealth bladed combat knife, which basically meant I had to scrap. Which the combat knife has 2 modifications total, which will be the serrated blade and the stealth blade. Which wouldn't be that hard, except for the fact that whenever you scrap it, you have a higher chance of getting no modifications at all, or one of the 2 modifications. But even then, if it's a guaranteed chance that you will get a modification, you have a 50% chance of it being the stealth blade, as opposed to the serrated blade. So that pissed me off there. I find it funny. I said I love this game, and then I'm just shitting on it. Which is fine. You can love a game and still hate it, and still hate some of the stuff. I love Fallout 4, but there are a few problems I have with it. I love Horizon Zero Dawn, but there are a few problems I have with it. But this just feels like a massive problem. But whatever. And also, I don't like the fact that we're limited to just 50, because not everyone's going to make it to 50, and everyone who made it to 50, pick some people who are lower than their, who are, like, much lower than their level. I once started at level 5, and all of a sudden I kept getting massacred by level 50. There needs to be a certain, to me, and this isn't me being salty or a bitch or whatnot. This is just me stating facts. There has to be a way to limit who you can kill until they're higher level, because it would make sense if a level 50 killed a level 49, but there's no way. But it would seem unfair for a level 200 to kill a level 50, because they have the upper hand with their levels and all of the shit that they have. Does that make sense? Again, this isn't me being salty. This is just me thinking of what is it? Oh, I thought it was dark. Oh, it's almost there. So yeah, but I don't know. I do think the Pip-Boy's a bit weird. I don't like the fact that food can be spoiled. This is the first time food can be spoiled. It's the same way. It's nothing compared to like New Vegas or even Fallout 4, which is very fucking similar to Fallout 4. Fallout 76 is very similar to Fallout 4 in the sense of the same weapons. Well, with the exception of a few, they do bring stuff from Fallout New Vegas. I recently discovered onto here. They don't have binoculars in Fallout 4, but they do in New Vegas. And another problem with me is I'm a companion person. I love companions. If it's not obvious by the fact my 2 recent videos were on Fallout companions, because I love Fallout companions, but I don't like the Lone Wanderer perk. That is something I feel like needs to change. Or I feel like Wish was a thing but wasn't. And look, I understand I'm asking a lot from a multiplayer game, but I was expecting something, I was expecting a little bit more, but instead all I got was this, which is fine, because it does add a bit of challenge to it. But this is just, it's almost start to feel like it's impossible for people who can't manage anything. I can barely manage resources. I always pick up fucking everything, and my strength is low as fuck. So there's that problem. Then there's the fact that you build houses and then people can destroy them. That seems a bit weird. and the fact that you need to find plans for shit, and they're very hard to come by. And and there's always so much shit that you have. I have come across more of the shit I know. I have come across more plans that are labeled as known versus plans that I don't even know. And that's not including the market, because I have plenty of shit in the market I don't own. But out in Appalachia, there's a lot of shit I don't own or don't know out in the wild than there is of things with or over things I do know. You guys understand what I'm talking about. So I don't know. Personally, and this is my first look. This isn't my final one, because I do feel like that I gotta give this a chance, you know? I'm just over here shitting on it because I have problems that I cannot manage a single fucking thing. So this is my first thoughts. I don't or my first look. Look, I don't know when I'll make another one. But let's move on to the next thing. Enemies. What the fuck is up with these enemies? You have a rad toad, which is, again, massive pussy. So rad toads scare the shit out of me. There's wendigos or wendigos, whatever the fuck you call them. I call them wendigos. They, they did they add beavers this update? I swear to God, I haven't seen a beaver, and then all of a sudden, I haven't seen a beaver the entire time I played, and then I got on today, and all of a sudden I found a fucking beaver. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, so I don't like the fact that they. So I guess long story short, I don't like the fact that they made it too balanced. I do wish there was some stuff that was a bit more of. Like the fact that there's more ammunition, more caps, whatever, without having to waste perks on it. So like although Scrounger makes it a although, like I mentioned in Fallout 4, that is the problem with me, is that there are a lot less ammunition, but like I mentioned, I can just buy them off merchants, but merchants are very hard to come by as well. So I have my place close to the Wayward, or like right next to it, like across the street from it, not over on the Overseer's camp, like in front of it, but like beside it, across the street, near the bridge, and the closest merchant I have is all the way up in Sutton. It makes no sense whatsoever. I don't get it. It's dumb, but I don't know. Maybe once I do, but I have started saving up ammunition, because I'm using Bad Company Sarge's covert operative build, and because I love stealth characters. In fact, my Skyrim character, which I won't be reviewing because that game is too big for me to talk about. In fact, people, there's a whole lot of shit people are still discovering about Skyrim, even though it came out like years ago. Whatever, because everything has been found in Fallout 4. Everything's been found in Fallout New Vegas. I meant to say New Vegas first because that came out around the same time as Skyrim, I think. But Fallout 4 came out, so yeah. But hey, it still worked out in my favor. But so with this, I wanted to use one of the guns Bad Company Sarge uses is the Fixer, and the only way to get it is you need a shit ton of you need to complete a quest, which takes us, I think, 1,900 caps to get something. So I'm saving up caps for that, but I also need to get more ammunition to finish off quests and whatnot. But I don't know. But that's all I have to say. Again, this is a short video, or short compared to my usual reviews. But that's just mostly because this is a first look. Maybe once I get familiar with the game, if it's been like 3 years from now and I haven't uploaded Fallout 76 video, then you know the problem. I'm probably still at level 11 by the time 3 years from now because my Wi-Fi keeps taking a shit on me. Well, not my Wi-Fi, because I don't pay for it. If I did, I would have been very pissed off. So yeah, with that being said, let me know in the comments down below, what do you think of Fallout 76? I'd love to have a conversation with you about this, because that's why I do these videos. I know I did mention in my last video, I talked about that I was going to have like a massive update coming, but I did want to wait until tomorrow, because this was like a last minute thing. I wanted to do something since my Wi-Fi went out, and I didn't know what else to do, so I wanted to get Fallout 76 review out the way. And don't expect me to be making for some of you guys who are saying, well, you reviewed New Vegas and Fallout 4 and now Fallout 76, are you going to review Fallout 3? No. I'm sorry, I'm not going to. The reason that is because, like I keep saying so many times whenever it comes to Fallout videos, I am a massive pussy. I have a thing against Mirelurks. Mirelurks scare the shit out of me. So I will say that is definitely not coming. Because Mirelurks are fucking everywhere. And plus, again, like in 76, ammunition is scarce as all hell. But it's a lot more scarce than I think even 76, because you can't craft ammunition. Ammunition is just limited to whatever. And it's overall it's just dumb. I'm not gonna review Fallout 3. Also because I also believe that, like, to make it good, you need to like play it a certain way. Like, maybe you do an evil character or a good character or whatever, because karma is more dependent in this or in Fallout 3 than Fallout New Vegas. I almost said Fallout 4. Well, there is more karma in Fallout 3 than Fallout 4. Heck, even Fallout. Heck, I'll throw even 76 in there for good credit now. Or for extra credit. But yeah, so the update is going to be coming tomorrow, hopefully. If it's not, I'll figure something out then. But in the meantime, thank you guys so much for liking this video. If you did, at least. If you don't, thank you for clicking like on this video. Make sure you subscribe and all of that. Which I'm not going to enforce that just yet until tomorrow. And besides, I don't want you guys getting all like hyped, like, oh, there's an update coming. Nah, it's not for that reason. I'm not saying I'm taking a world tour, because who the fuck would watch me if that was the case? Even if I had 1 million subscribers, who the fuck would see me live in concert? Or not in concert, live on stage or whatever. Fuck, I wouldn't even see myself live. Anyways, with that being said, yeah, like, subscribe, comment, all of that. Yeah, Loser Maniac out.